Hello everybody, welcome in. How you guys doing today? Oh, yeah, just the chair. Alright, my draw. Welcome. Alright, ready to get started? Got all kinds of stuff on my desk. Here we go. Alright. Yeah, doing well. It's been a relaxing weekend. So, that's good. Good. Demolishing your 500-point game. Oh, dang. Alright. Hey, there's always next time, right? Is it a weekly league or like bi-weekly league? How often you guys playing? Let me turn this music down a bit. Okay. So, what I have here is a Marine who's going to be painted with lots of purple. And last week we painted this Dark Angel, who I think is... I spent all week trying to mess with this transfer, and it's just about ready. I'm just going to keep going with it, but this will get Crucial Blue's name on it. It'll get some varnish. It'll be ready to go. But yeah. So last week we painted that. We're moving up in the Legion order here. We're going to the 3rd Legion, which is the Emperor's Children. So we have this Emperor's Children, and I have a very special paint. Play weekly. You went down, found a game. Drakari moves so fast. Kill team size board really hurt you. That said, yeah. The smaller board and the really fast moving army. I get that. I used to play. This was like back in 9th edition. I'd play against Zen and his Imperial Fist, and I would play with my Drakari, and yeah. I remember we'd play like 1,000-point battles, and I'd just stuff him in the deployment zone like every time. Because he would start moving up with his infantry, and then I'd just like swarm him with everything. Yeah. Dear shot and welcome in. It is evening here. Yeah, it is 9:05 p.m. on the Eastern Daylight Time Zone. Yeah. Welcome. Yep. Space Hills. What's up, Big Papa? What's up? I gotta tell you guys. Zen gave me a little gift here, so. I have new paint, and I have this wonderful, absolutely wonderful looking true metallic metal amethyst purple, and that's what we're going to base coat this Emperor's Children Marine. It's 3 where you are? Yeah. Well, welcome in. Thanks for spending your morning with us. Yeah, this is, so Vallejo has a new color line. It's called True Metallic Metal, and they're the lovely, like, metallic color, like other things. So I switched this is basically my new Thousand Suns color. It's this ruby red. I also have this, which is called Forged Red. It's a different red that's a little more orange to this kind of pink, like desaturated look. I guess the difference doesn't show up quite as much, but I'm going to be trying this. I'm going to test this paint out, my Thousand Suns, and we'll see how that works. But these paint sets, if you buy the 4 paint set, it comes with 4 paints. So there are 4 paints here. They are all the same color. They're all called the same color. Broken with a pregnant curve. Oh yeah, that will do it. Yeah. So I have the True Metallic Metal. This is the base amethyst purple. Then I have True Metallic Metal Airbrush amethyst purple. This is the same shade as the base, it's just thinned out, so it goes through an airbrush well, which is just nice. Then there's the amethyst purple shade. Same color. It's got different number codes, which is nice, but and then there's the light. The amethyst purple light, so it has a highlight color that comes with it. So they're giving you like it's a triad of colors, but they give you double the base color, which is nice because you're probably using this the most anyway. so it works pretty well. But I have used my ruby red through the airbrush. That's how I painted my Storm Eagle, and it worked great. It was fantastic. But we're going to put a little bit of this on the palette, and I'm going to thin this out just a little bit. Oh, it's such a gorgeous color. It almost looks like really nice, like nail polish. Like a nice color of nail polish is kind of the color vibe I get, but I like it a lot. Beautiful way to be alive. Very nice. Very nice. I guess I'm going to go see the Odyssey on Tuesday. So I'm excited for that. Should be fun. Okay. We're gonna nice big brush, and we're gonna base coat this old Emperor's Children. So I'm painting this guy as part of something I call Project Legion, and what this is you guys, the chat, it covers so well. Okay, the second coat might be in order, but it does cover really nice. You guys, the community, are sponsoring a Legion, basically picking an unrepresented Legion, and then I am painting a Tactical Marine with that Legion, and I'm going to put it, I have a display, like a little display shelf that's going to hang on my wall. I have ready. It's going to have your name on it and everything. All I ask is for a $5 donation to cover the cost of the physical miniature, right? Just the set of minis. There are, I want to say, 12 legions now represented out of the 18. So if you are interested in sponsoring a legion, you can look at the availability list, or if you just want to ask me, I can look. And you can check it out on Discord, though. On the Discord server, I have a channel called Project Legion, and I have the list there of everybody who's been represented. But yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah, it does. I will do a second coat, but I noticed that this is my, the third one I've tried. I've noticed all of them are really solid coverage. I did thin this down with a little bit of flow improver. So we're just gonna work on getting some thin coats here. Now, normally, when I paint minis, at least the bare minimum, the first color I paint on them is airbrushed on. I did airbrush prime them, but I want to be able to show off the full process, right? It may take a while, it may not. I don't know. It's fun using these metallics. I'm sure I'll pick up another metallic for either Ultramarines and or Alpha Legion. Both of those work really well with metallic reds, or metallic colors, for Heresy minis. So that might happen.
Look at me!
But we'll see when we get there. Hey, where am I looking? What am I looking for? Food stuff? Alright, let's see what you made. Ooh. More of this color on here. I do have a little bit I can work on while paint and or washes are drying. I'll show that to you guys too. Yeah, very nice color. I love this like shade of purple too. It's a great shade of purple. For the camper's children need a Dread Halberd, so you can use Sonic, Dread Knight, and the Decimator. Yeah. Got in the food stuff. Whoa. 4-layer. Did a cake with homemade peanut butter icing. Nice. Very nice. Oh, that looks really good. Oh man. Nice, dude. Did it taste as good as it looks?
Back and forth, layer after layer after layer.
Hey, Dare Shodden. For the community to pick one, I want you to pick one, Dare Shodden. It's gonna get your name. Dare Shodden. There are 6 legions unrepresented, and I'm putting your name on one. This isn't this. I don't want you donating something to the community. I will tell you what legions are available if you would like. Yeah, there's 6 left. Thank you so much, by the way, for the donation. I appreciate it. I really do. Every bit of support is greatly appreciated. Okay, so Night Lords, Iron Hands, Ultramarines, Thousand Sons, Sons of Horus, and Word Bearers. Those are the available legions. Oh, I want to talk about 40k orcs also. All their releases. We gotta talk about that tonight. That's worthy of discussion. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I do. Pick the Ultramarine. Nice. All right, Dare Shot and Ultramarine. I'll put that on the list. That means we have 5 legions to go until every legion is represented. Now there is a sneaky part 2 to this. If anyone wants to be real crazy with it, there is a part 2, and the part 2 is that you're able to sponsor a whole squad. I'd like to keep it to tacticals and assaults at first. Tactical squads, assault squads at first. But you're able to sponsor a whole squad. And I basically am just asking that you pay the retail costs for the squad. That's all it is. And you can name all members of the squad whatever you want. Whether it's... Oh, the tactical squads will do squads of 10. And I think I'm saying it's like $50 for 10. Or... $80 for the assault squad. Yeah, okay. So you could do 20 tax, but anyway, I'll paint that squad. You pick whatever legion you want. I'll paint them. It's your squad. You're the sergeant. You can name the members whatever you want. And it'll be tactical squad, whoever. Tactical squad Mydrall. Okay. And it would be an interesting opportunity to see how squads are batch painted, whether it's like Emperor's Children, Ultramarines, Raven Guard, Dark Angels, anything like that. But then also I should be able to quickly start using units from different legions in games. If I just get like a couple units in a character, and if I get basic units for a legion, I'll start opening up more elite stuff, and we'll start talking about that if people want to sponsor those. But it's a way to get some more legions on the channel. And I can start playing, Shattered Legion rules, Zone Mortalis. I'm working on a Zone Mortalis board. So, smaller games, but we can get your minis on the table that you sponsor. But yeah, it's just something extra. It's just kind of the phase 2. There's no rush to it or anything. I have enough to paint between, some commissions and my own projects and Project Legion with what's up with these individual Marines. So not like a rush or I'm begging for people to do it. Just something fun. Good job. Yes. Yep. I still doing commissions. Went on a bad time family vacation. Drew back yesterday. Ooh, okay. Oh, showing on. Oh, bad time family vacation. Okay. Chog and heat warning tomorrow. Take some plague bears with me. Oh, okay, so you got some painting done. Alright. Dang. I'm sorry to hear that. That sounds pretty miserable. Hey, what'd you guys do this weekend? Plague bears are cool. They sound like fun to paint. This second coat on this purple makes like all the difference. It becomes so vibrant. I paint my Marines after it took me ages to build them. Ah, sorry to hear that. That's too bad. Yeah, sometimes it's difficult to get the motivation. It's funny, if there's one thing I get motivated to do easily, it's paint minis. So I guess I'm blessed in that way. I'm always like that too. I'm just always like, I have minis to paint. I want to paint minis. You don't like painting Nurgle? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Just busy. Enough work because I still to be born in 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, you're not going to get much painting done at that point. Ooh, man. I feel, so my son he's going to be 10 at the end of this year. And I feel like this year, kind of this summer, is the first time I have been able to get a consistent, somewhat consistent, game schedule, meeting someone for a game since my son was born. Now I only have one. I don't have multiple kids, and it's not like a guaranteed weekly thing or anything, but yeah, this is kind of a first. I think I've played more tabletop games this summer than I have in any year combined the past 10 years. Alright, 2 coats of that lovely amethyst purple. It's such a nice color. Calms my nerves. Yeah, you gotta make time. And to be fair, I have painted a lot of minis, but painting has been my full-time job for the past 6 years or whatever. So, I don't know if that's saying much. What's up, Blue? How you doing? Non-standard. Fleshy with blood and sword. Yeah. Oh, cool. That sounds really cool, Groovy. Yeah, Nurgle seems like they're one of the more difficult, kind of like demon factions to paint. So, I understand it. So we're going to give this purple a little bit of time to dry. And then I'm going to thin down, and I'm going to put this amethyst purple shade over this mini. And then we'll work on getting our other colors in. in the meantime, I'll show you guys. I have a lot of this this like scatter terrain. So I have this computer system here. Look at the little computer. You know, this kind of stuff. I have little barricades that I printed. These little simple barricades, and then I have like a bunch of just random, like, this is a machine. This is a machine. You know, like, here are things. That's a thing. And I filled in some of the drain holes I put because these are 3D prints. But what else? I have these cool little hollow tables that I'll be painting. I think I'm going to paint the table. It's going to be real simple. All this stuff is going to be painted really simply. I'm going to do an overbrush of silver on just about all this stuff, and then we work on details from there. And then I think this, the actual hollow table, I have 3 of these different hollow tables, but I'm going to airbrush white here, and then I think I'm going to airbrush the colors and then kind of pick out highlights or dry brush or something on the details, pick out some of these different things. But yeah, so I have a lot of terrain, and that's all going toward the Zone Mortalis board. So continuing on to make it the best we can make it. So prepping for the timed mini. Nice. What's the mini that you're giving away? Totally gonna enter that. What's your cap on entries? I'm a little mad about the cap on entries, to be honest, but only because I have 70,000 points or something that I want to dump into the giveaway. Born each other for like a year. This will be interesting time. Oh yeah, you're gonna learn a lot about each other, I'm sure. I make it 5. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, it's fair and all. Frostbite's the theme. Yeah, that's cool. Nice, hit the fluoro. Oh, okay. No, I like the idea of like, excuse me, like flesh-colored plague bearers that are diseased but flesh-colored, or yeah, like frostbitten. That's disturbing. And I feel like that is much more in tune with like kind of the original Nurgle idea. Yeah, we definitely want some pics of frostbitten plague bearers. That sounds cool. Well, orcs are on the docket for release here. September 5th, they're getting released. Next Sunday is going to be Heresy. I'm going to contain my excitement, but I know it's going to be Heresy. I know. What's up, Raja? You do Mr. Freeze-esque? Okay, alright. That's cool. That's cool, though, Raja. But the orc stuff. Have you guys seen the prices for the orc stuff? Who here was wanting to make a Speed Freaks army with a bunch of truck-mounted orc boys? Because I'm sorry to tell you, you're about to pay AdMech level prices for your minis on a point per mini scale. Alright, we're doing the wash, guys. Doing the wash. Oh, Death Guard. Okay. It's like Death Watch with Mr. Freeze. Like poor sickly Death Watch. Give them a break. Alright, so we're going the shade. Amethyst purple shade. Yeah, one of those new orc trucks is $85 US. The MSRP. $85. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy for a truck. For like a 40-point mini. I don't know how many points a truck is, honestly, I don't, but that's a lot. Your Death Watcher's still great. Or Death Watch. I have a Death Watch Marine to paint. I'm going to get out. Yeah, that's the brush I'm going to get out. Yeah, guys, you need to go old school and just go to like Walmart or Target and buy some toy trucks. All right, and orcify them. That's what needs to happen. We need to bring that back. Okay, amethyst purple shade. This is my first time using it, so it could be terrible. But we're gonna put it over this armor. I thinned it down. It's about 1-to-1, not quite 1-to-1. It's a little more wash. Oh, that's glorious. Oh, that shade is so good. Look how it looks so good. It's just slightly warmer than the purple itself. Thinning these washes down is really big too. They look good in their base state, but they pool too much. Once you thin them down a little bit, they put in a lot of work. Yeah, it makes the Armageddon box more appealing, but the Armageddon box doesn't come with like a lot of like specific elements for orcs, right? Like, I mean, you know, the Dakar rig might be good, but it's no truck. I remember when the last truck mini came out in like 2009 or so, maybe 2008, or it could have been before that, but I remember the full plastic orc truck, and it was a huge deal. But yeah, expensive. The codexes are a little cheaper. It's $40, but it is a softback. But that's also fine. You know, like, I think the soft cover books are a little easier to flip through anyway. Like, but you know, who's flipping through their codex during a game? Okay, wash on this guy. Some of this a little weird. That's okay. Pretty good. Looked plausible. Yeah. Post some whips. Alright, let's see. Whips for the fleshy plague bearers. Oh, those are old plague bearer minis. Nice. Alright, yeah. And the flora. That's cool. So they'll glow in the dark. Very cool, man. Very cool. Nice whips you got there. Alright. This guy needs to dry. He's gonna need a little bit. While he dries, we're gonna set him back to the side, and we're gonna do some dark silver. And we're gonna do some overbrushing. Just some real simple stuff on this terrain. If that's okay with you guys, I'm gonna take this. Maybe take this big old dry brush here. Get the tiniest bit damp. Reward all that personality, yeah. Let's not wipe as much paint off. Yeah, easy stuff. Just doing some of that. One's now Herald sized, yeah. Oh, you got the old Great Unclean one. I remember the old Metal Mini. I remember the Forge World one that came out. And just how just completely insane the Forge World Greater Demons were compared to the metal ones at the time that were out, that were just on what, like a 40 mil base, or was it a 60 mil base? Great. 500 point force in 7th. This was the first. It fit on a 40 mil base, yeah, with room for a Nurgling. Yep. That was the one that just looked like he was waddling forward, right, with his sword up. Back. All the tomatoes have been sauced and canned. Dang, nice, nice. Only scoundrel. I hope your hand's okay. We're letting the wash dry. We do some overbrushing. I made some steak fajitas tonight. Used onions we bought from a local farmer, and then we had peppers that we grew. So my wife went outside to the garden. She picked a couple bell peppers, and I cut them up and we put them right in the pan. It was pretty great. Got to, should be okay. Yeah, yeah. Think about this dry brush is bristles fall off really easy. Yeah, it was really good. is very tasty. Okay, one more of these. Bits in a blister. Oh, okay, okay. The great unclean ones are a bit random. I don't think I realized that. A food reintroduction's going well. Yeah, she's trying the next step this week. Maybe? Yeah, we gotta figure it out. But so far, I think it's so far so good. This overbrush of this color. And we can do a dry brush of a brighter silver. That gets us like 90% there on these kinds of things. You want to sell the farm, at least close to price, yeah. It's difficult selling a farm. To Portugal. Oh, okay, okay.
I believe every
Hey, Misfit, how you doing? Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. Big computer. A place out east that you like? Oh, dang. Okay. So you are officially moving out east then, huh? You're watching fonts while this live. Thanks, dude. Well, thanks for coming in to the live stream. You watch them on YouTube or Twitch? Twitch, nice. I'm gonna see if I can't get a a Total War key for the DLC that's coming out, The Lord's the End Times. I'll put my name in the hat for one. If they send me one, I guess if they send me one or not, I'm going to be playing it on stream, so you guys can deal with it. But if they send me one, hopefully I can access it a little early. I can play some campaigns and show off some stuff you guys might want to see. I think that'd be cool. Boxes. Sort of not really. Ooh, yeah. My wife and I lived in one apartment. We lived in a townhouse when we first got married, and then we bought a house like 2 years later. And it was a little less than 2 years later. And I have not wanted to leave because I don't want to deal with everything that goes with that. Let's finish some things. So we'll get back to this Emperor's Children here in a few minutes. I want to give that wash time to dry before we start doing other colors on them.
Look at me!
Alright, where am I looking? In whips. Alright. What have you been working on, dude? What do you got? Right. The hackathon with the oil wash. Very nice, dude. Looking quite grimy. Love it. Love it. Let's open my pot. Florida's clumpy. How does anybody have? Can't get consistency right ever again. Yeah. Once they start to go, it just seems like nothing ever works to get them back. Waiting a few more days for it to cure. Yeah, I think my my Zone Mortalis walls and stuff, I think they're pretty much ready to be sealed. So as soon as we can get a day where it's not 100% humidity, I'll go out and varnish those. We've had crazy storms every single day. Every day. It's been wild. Tornadoes going through. Yeah. Central Ohio has been pretty whack. Doing a real simple job on these barricades, but once I get this dark silver on, we'll get the next color on our Emperor's Children. You guys will see. You'll all see how cool he looks. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, we had, I know Columbus made national news because we had derechos and tornadoes throughout the city. There was a crazy video of a car just driving on the freeway, a bunch of cars on I-71, and a straight line wind comes, or a gust of wind comes, and literally picks up the car and just flips it while the person's just driving on the road, with other cars around them, traffic and everything. It was a tornado. But what's crazy about it is there were no tornado sirens in the whole county. There was nothing. Just like it was when an actual tornado hit my house last year, there were no sirens. And it led to this whole, you guys heard my rant. It was that Thursday. I already had my rant about it. But, okay. We got the silver overbrush, dark silver overbrush, and those barricades. Let's finish, oops. Hey, Joker Paints, welcome in. How are you doing? Okay. Good deal. Almost done with this, and we're gonna get back to this this Emperor's Children Tack Marine here. Just letting it wash dry. Yeah, how you doing, Joker? Not too worried about this being anything like really crazy high quality. This is also just first layer. We'll get some other layers. We'll get some cool, colors on the different screens and everything. But emergency management. Unfortunately, the experience weather can chant super fast, giving time for. Yeah. It's a chill out day. You have training tonight? Okay. Yeah, I think my issue, well, when my house was hit with a tornado, or went through my yard specifically, was other places in the city had sirens going off. And I was streaming, so I wasn't paying attention to the weather. My wife was asleep, but she had a friend that texted her and asked if she was watching the radar. And the radar on the local news was showing funnels forming over my town, and we're talking about it beforehand. And it's crazy that as someone who lives in Ohio, and I'm not sure who here is familiar with Ohio, but Ohio tests their tornado sirens every week, Wednesdays at noon every week. They're tested, and it's crazy that we were dealt with this failure here, and then a year later the entire county decided not to set it, or people weren't paying attention, and Um, yeah. We had tornadoes last night. That was last night, yeah. Tornadoes in the area, and fortunately, they actually set off the alarms. And I, honestly, when I first heard them, I thought they were, I thought there was like overabundance of caution, like they're making up for last Tuesday for not setting them off at all. But no, there was actually, formations. It was a good call and everything, but. Like, I don't think I'll ever be mad if they're, like, overcautious with it. What happens if a tornado hits Wednesday at noon? Actually, what they do, if it's forecasted to be, like, really bad weather, because this happened one time, it was a couple years ago, they will publicly announce that they are not testing the sirens that week if, like, that day or that afternoon or morning there's going to be a potential that they need to use the sirens or, like, bad storms. So I remember there was a day they got notifications, and they mentioned on the news, they told everybody they're not testing it because of that, and it was a Wednesday. And I remember my son getting off the bus, and as his bus was stopping, and this was like at 4 p.m., his bus was stopping at the bus stop, the tornado sirens went off. And we were like, what do you do? Like, what does that bus driver do? I'm sure they have a procedure, but what? Like, that's crazy. So, like, we ran the kid inside, and we're like, all right, let's go in and, we'll do some homework or whatever, downstairs in the basement. So this is still drying, but this is our Emperor's Children so far, and this is using the new True Metallic Metal Amethyst Purple. And with the wash, I did thin this wash a little bit with some flow improver. I think it helps these washes a lot. I think they definitely need it, but they look incredible. It's a fantastic looking color. So I am painting one Marine from each Legion. That's what's happening. From each 30k, like, original Space Marine Legion. There's 18 of them, and I'm asking you guys to sponsor and represent a Legion. So I only paint them when they get representation. I just started painting them. This is the second mini. I painted this Dark Angel last week. I need to get his name on. But this is a Dark Angel Tactical Marine. This is Crucial Blues. So Crucial Blue represented this Marine. He's going to get his name on the base. And I have a special display case I have for these. It's almost like a shadow box with shelves that I'm going to hang on the wall. This Emperor's Children Marine is represented by Sarah Elizabeth. So, Sarah Elizabeth, this is your Marine. But all I'm asking is just a $5 donation. It covers the cost of the box. When it's all said and done, it'll cover the cost of the box. There are 5 Legions left with no representation, and actually I have to write down Der Schotten's name here on the Ultramarines. He just took the Ultramarine. Are you Der Schotten? There you are. Okay. This. Okay. Alright, yep, there are 5 Legions left. There's Night Lords needs represented, an Iron Hands, 1,000 Suns, Sons of Horus, and a Word Bearer. All those need representation. But otherwise, that's what we got. This wash is still drying, guys. I'm trying to be careful here. Yeah, the purple's so good. It's such a good color. It looks better in person too. It's just such a, like, vibrant. That's pretty close to what it looks like. But it fits that, like, metallic look so well. Yes, this is the new True Metallic Metals. Yeah, Aslan. What's going on, man? So, alright. I am now using my current color scheme with my Thousand Suns uses ruby red. I use ruby red as a base color, and then I put just a thin coat of Angron clear red. I have the system, the four color set.
A moment to thank you for allowing me back into your
Burrito
home.
Mussolini, welcome in. What a name! What a name. This is one of my Thousand Suns with the new red. So this is the kind of the base colors that I work with. I did purchase this red color, which is forged red. Just starting Heresy, doing Iron Warriors, sick. I will have to update the red. Yeah, it'll be easier. But that's ruby red compared to forged red. It's a lot more orange and like saturated. But we'll test it out. We'll test this out. We'll see what I can get with it. And I also have the shade for that color. This one doesn't come in a set. Iron Warriors are really cool, man. I'm going to be painting Iron Warrior next. They're the 4th Legion, right? Yeah, Iron Warriors are my next Project Legion mini to paint. So this is the 3rd Legion. I'm going through each of the legions. I'm going to paint a Marine from each of the legions. At least the ones that get representation. So far represented up through Imperial Fists. And then we got a bunch after that. But Zendro actually bought me the purple set. The Amethyst Purple, it comes with the base, it comes with the airbrush. They're both the same color. The airbrush is thinner, obviously. It goes through an airbrush better. You have the bright or the light color, which is like the lighter one, and the shade. So, okay, the Arc-Order Bombard isn't any good. 2 things about that. Okay, first of all, the Arc-Order Bombard is insane when you pair it with, is it the Siege Breaker? I think the Siege Breaker is what unlocks the ability to take Phosphex with your different artillery units. And the Arc-Order Bombard might be kind of a friend maker kind of unit. Alright, okay, yeah, yes, so there is a console called the Siege Breaker, I believe is what he's called. It's not one I've used before, so forgive me if I'm a little bit off here, but if you look in your Liber Hereticus, it should tell you if you look up the Siege Breaker. He has a special detachment, and in his special detachment, it tells you there's specific units you take, like rapier batteries, the rapier with the quad mortars, and I think Arc-Order Bombards. There might be something else. If you have the Siege Breaker, I think if you take that detachment, you can purchase Phosphex for them. And Phosphex is basically, it's like white phosphorus. It's just, it melts units, and it puts crazy like status damage on them and stuff. Arc-Orders, I think, are very strong. So very, very strong. However, on the flip side of that, and this depends on your local group. Okay, so I know when people play 40k, play Age of Sigmar, even the Old World, Middle Earth, the idea is like, what's the best thing? I need to play the best thing. I'm not going to play it if it's not good. Heresy is not that game, and it might be different in your area, but you need to be careful in a sense that you don't need to bring the strong things all the time, because it's more of like a feels bad thing. Heresy is much more of like there's a big focus on the hobby and the theme for the game, so you're kind of recreating like a history, is how it's felt. It's almost like a historical game. It's not so much like I need to show up and bring the best thing I can to win games. And I think if Arc-Orders with Phosphex is fine. That's fine because there's a theme with it, right? If you match that theme and you know, and your opponents are up for it and everything, that's fine. Just don't try not to get too much into the mentality of like, I need to bring what's good because I need to win. Yeah, destroyer squads would be cool. I hope they get an actual destroyer set. That'd be great. It does match Iron Warrior Siege Tactics. Yeah, I agree. And just because it has the option for Phosphex doesn't mean you have to take the Phosphex. I think they only get kind of like gross when you give them Phosphex. So if you're not giving them Phosphex, you just artillery, and I think it's fine. Relatively short range artillery. Yeah. Run a Kratos Perturabo Iron Circle, walk behind it. You're just big enough to follow behind it and be covered. Yeah. You're getting a pretty nasty list there, though. Perturabo Primarchs aren't amazing in 3rd edition. So, like, and with those, like, 3 units that you just listed, like, I mean, you're looking at over 1,000 points, right? Easily over 1,000 points. You're probably looking at 1,200-1,300 points worth of stuff, so it'll probably be fine. Yeah. My local group in particular, we make it a point to tell our opponents if we're going to bring, like, what we're bringing, or at least like a theme of our list, and we also send each other lists ahead of time. How diverse armies can be. Yeah, Ghost Hawks, I do think the Solar Ox players you're seeing maybe are stuck in a bit of 2nd edition mentality, when the Solar Ox were basically playing like a third of the points down from everybody else. So yeah, Solar Ox are really good. They are really good in this game and can play a lot of different play styles. Also, Russes with Demolishers, like just leaving Russes in general, are relatively cheap as far as dollars are concerned to collect. Solar Ox runs 4 Living Rust, 2 Drakes, and a bunch of infantry. Yeah. I have a small Solar Ox force, and they're amazing. I love the minis. I want to get some Ogrins and Rapier batteries and stuff eventually for them, but paint's a little tacky. I don't know if it's just what it is. Okay, I might be good to paint, though. Yeah, that'd be good. I'm going to be doing the shoulders white. I think bolter casing for Emperor's Children is still black. We gotta do silver. Do silver, but I'll do gold trim. Yeah, okay. We got our colors out here. These 3, that'd be good here. Do white for Heresy or cream? I think I'll do white here, but a cream color isn't bad either. It'd be more like a bone, right? We'd start with like a... You know what? Let's do that. Let's do like a warm white. I like that idea. Let's go silver first. Changing my Heresy list. Yeah. Yeah, Joker paints. I have 16,000 points of painted Thousand Suns. I change my list up every time. Just casual. 16,000. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Horus Heresy in general. Shouldn't use the Heresy colors. You personally like the cream a little bit more. No, I'll try it. Happy to mess with something a little different here. Okay. Oh, we got a Reaver Titan. Dang, okay. 3K Reaver Titan list. Reaver and 3 squads Skitarii. That's cool. That's really cool. I love the new Skitarii minis. They look kind of goofy in the photos. When you see them in person, they're mean looking. Like, they're menacing, like bulky minis. Couple K over 7 armies, yeah. Yeah, I am so ingrained in my Thousand Suns army that I just don't care to collect other legions. So what I'm doing is I have one of these days, Burrito, there'll be a plastic Reaver. One of these days. But this is what this Project Legion is kind of for. It's what I'm doing right now, and it's just a set up to paint some different legions to get some variety. And this kind of stage I'm doing is people are sponsoring a legion that's not represented yet, that doesn't have a representative, and then I'm painting one tactical marine from that legion, and we're getting like a color scheme idea, just seeing how they paint and you know what's involved. After that, or I guess if you want to do it sooner rather than later, but I want to open this up to if you want to sponsor an entire squad. 10k of Dark Angels, nice. Dark Angels are really cool. We have quite a few Dark Angels players in my local group. Very popular. But if you want to sponsor a squad, you can sponsor a squad, and then I'll paint that squad with the legion of your choice, and then I hope to eventually add them into my live gaming streams. It's kind of the goal and intention. I know I have a Raven Guard squad someone already sponsored, Mr. Ghost Hawks actually. So I'll be painting some Raven Guard eventually, which will be really neat. Yeah, Custodes and the next journal for Heresy is definitely going up next Sunday. I'm like 95% sure. For some reason everyone's choosing. No one has chosen a Space Wolf squad yet. Killicam did sponsor an individual Space Wolf, but no one chose a squad of Space Wolves yet. But if someone sponsored a squad of gray Slayers, I think they're gray Slayers or gray Hunters, whatever they are. I got STLs. I could do bits for Space Wolves, and they won't just be corpses on my Thousand Suns bases. So I could not find the Phosphex round. You have to run a normal gun on the Bombard. Wait, I thought the Bombard gets the Phosphex, right? A normal cannon. Oh, you choose as an ammo type. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Again, apologies if I'm not giving clear answers because I don't own an arc order, so it's not something I've tried. It's confusing. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the list building. I think it's a lot more like thematic, and it really allows you to like explore different list types. I played a lot of 2nd edition. I didn't play 1st edition Heresy, but I was playing 40k a lot at the time when 1st edition was out and about. And as much as I like the old Force Organization chart, I think 2nd edition had the issue of like there was no reason not to run a crazy rite of war, and I don't like that. I like being able to explore all the different aspects of the game with whatever legion. Plasma. Yeah, you need the plasma version for your Dark Angels. Oh yeah, that's crazy that hasn't been released. I feel like that was more of an oversight than anything else, that they didn't put out the other Sicarans. I do have, I own 2 Sicarans and a Venator. And I have STLs for other turret options. But, hold on, sorry, again. Whoa, who posted 1,000 Suns in chat? What? 1,000 small robots. Those minis look great, dude. Classic Mark IVs with the Forge World stuff. I see the space holes in the back. Whoever you are, small robots. I see them. But yeah, yeah, primer skin. Yeah, it's definitely not something that you do in 10th or 11th edition. Or maybe it was like a retinue rule. You couldn't do that. Frankie, welcome in. Yeah, those are classics. Yeah, it's true. Those are classic minis. Purple, yeah, we're painting old Emperor's Children here. You're gonna do some white there. Bronze. Tubes would be different. Okay, I think that's it for the silver. I think that's it. Tina on plasma, as they should be, man. As they should be. Volkite's super cool too. Yeah, I have so many 1,000 Suns. I did. Okay, so I do. I play some live tabletop game streams. I didn't play one last week. I'm not sure if I'm playing one this week. Unfortunately, with like timing is kind of weird. But the last game I played was a game of no, it was Middle Earth. I played a game of Heresy recently. Played a couple games of Heresy. You can look up the VODs on YouTube. It's an easy place to find them. I'm still working on my setup and everything. We kind of got started this summer and been troubleshooting and trying to make things work. But I played my first ever Primarch game of 3rd edition a couple weeks ago. And so I had my Magnus the Red faced off against Conrad Kurz. And it was pretty glorious, actually. My opponent, Zen, who is also like the head mod here and an awesome dude, is still kind of like learning the ropes of 3rd edition. Trying to figure out what's good and what isn't, like how to do specific things. So we can't fault him on his playing too much, but you give that man his battle axe. Yeah, he charged Conrad Kurz in a combat with Magnus, and they fought a duel, and Magnus one-shot him in the duel. Like, it was... Magnus is a dueling machine. I did wound him a couple times with shooting, though, so there is that. Anything on Iron Warrior's list is every unit has a shrapnel bolter. Yeah, the pinning bolters, nice. Went heavy toward Dreadwing. Cool, man, Dreadwing's cool. Yeah, 1,000 Suns have unique bolters as well. The 1,000 Suns unique bolters have rending 6+, so on a 6+ to hit they auto wound. If we could get combi bolters with that would be really nice. Yeah. There's one really gross combination with those bolters. Yeah, they're psychic. Yeah, they have psychic rounds. Yeah, it's like proto Inferno bolters. The one combo is with the Inductii. So 1,000 Suns do this. They have this weird relationship with rending and breaching. but the rending bolters, they feel meh toward combi weapons. I love combi bolters. And rending is really good on bolters, especially when throwing out a lot of shots. But anyway, the inductii can get the special bolters. My ace fix bolter is what they're called, to give them rending 6 up. Their psychic power gives their shots, their shooting, breaching 6 up. Well, the relationship between rending and breaching is, if you get a rending hit that auto wounds your target, it also counts as a 6 to wound. So when you're shooting with the inductii, you are getting 6s to hit. Those 6s auto wound and breach. So, and I think you end up paying it's like 13 points a Marine. And you're not guaranteed to get that ability off. That's, there's risk to it because of psychic power. But as far as like a line troop goes, it's a great combo. We have more disgusting ways to get that rending breaching combo, but that's a fun one with our unique bolters that we can give inductii that I like to mess around with. He has a weapon, sprue for the new Terminators. Yeah. I think when the Tartarus Terminators come out, I think they will. I think they'll have all the weapons that the Cataphracti don't have, and I think they'll be interchangeable. As it sits right now, the new Cataphracti Terminators, their hands are the same size as the power armored hands, so you can give them weapons from the melee weapon upgrade sprue, just not like the lightning claws and stuff. There's new Cataphracti Terminators. There's not new Tartarus Terminators yet. The Tartarus Terminator is just a rumor at this point, but they're coming out soon. I'd say relatively, probably announced this year, I would say. I think that would be a pretty safe bet. Okay, we got this bronze. It's in 40k or in Horse Heresy. Those are Indomitus Terminators. Indomitus Terminators, that's what they're called. But yes, those are usable in Heresy. Okay, we'll thin this olive flesh color down a bit. Yeah, the Indomitus ones are the ones used in 40k. The Cataphracti are the ones with all the leather. They're called Terriges, the leather straps that hang from their armor and everything. That just got the update earlier this year, I think, right? Or late last year. And the Tartarus are the ones that look like little Contemptor dreadnoughts. Some purple paint is still wet. All those washes still. The wash is taking a long time to dry. Thin coats. Yeah. The wash is still giving me trouble. Look at that. Look at that wash. Call shenanigans on you. It's nice purple. It is MechTech, yeah. It is this color, the new True Metallic Metal Amethyst Purple. And I use this shade on it, the Amethyst Purple shade. Plastic Mastodon, it'll happen eventually. Gorgon Terminators, yeah, they're Iron Warriors. Or Iron Hands, yeah. Yeah, they're in Indomitus armor, so they're probably usable. Post your Iron Warriors. Okay, you're Kratos, right? I love it, dude. It looks like all weathered and stuff. Looks really good. Nice. Good stuff. Nice job on the stripes and everything. Very good stuff. What's the restaurant I'm always talking about? You're talking about Wario's? Crucial Blue? Is that what you're talking about? You gonna get me talking about Wario's? Oh, okay, I don't know. I think I saw Super Troopers once, like 15 years ago, and then I didn't care for it. Yeah, that purple wash isn't dry. Whoops. That's fine. We'll go do some other things while we're waiting for it to dry. Code out. Not too bad. Oh, okay. I say shenanigans a lot, so I apologize. Artillery thing. You have 3 units that use Phosphex. 2 Bombards and a Leviathan Dreadnought. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, Burrito. I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna make people upset in your games, and you're gonna have to think, is it better to win, or is it better to have people to play with? Because I see your Kratos, and you got the Melta cannon and the quad las cannons. Like that's like the meta OP way to run a Kratos. And Kratos are very good. They're like one of the more broken things in the game at this point. You know, you're running that. You're running stuff that can fix it. You're running 2 Bombards with Phosphex. You're running a Leviathan Dreadnought with Phosphex, which Dreadnoughts aren't great, but the Iron Circle with Perturabo is really nasty. So just keep in mind. Extra guns can be... Wait, set build. So you can't? Or you can pull them. Mine are all magnetized. My Kratos is fully magnetized, so... Okay, you didn't glue it. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's fair. Yep. I just want you to be aware of that, okay? I know sometimes it's real easy. It's really... And I do this also. Everybody does this. Where you get in the mindset of like, this is good, I'm bringing it. This is good. This is a combo, I'm bringing it. And like... If you show up for a game and your group is playing that way, then dude, bring the nasty Kratos. Show me the list. I will help you make the most disgusting list to start wrecking people if they're gonna bring like competitive meta lists for Heresy. But I don't want you to show up for a game, you dumpster someone in 1.5 turns, and then you become the person that they're like, well, don't play with this guy, he's a tryhard. Especially if you're just jumping into the game and you're not quite sure like what people are doing or what they're looking for in a game. So yeah, Aslan, yeah, dude. Trader Guard or OP, what are you talking about? I'm gonna make a Beastman militia army for 30k. It's one of my goals now. Melta, 2 Flamers, Claw, Drill, and Drop Pod. Yeah, that's a good way to run it. I would like a Dreadnought drop pod one day. It'd be fun because my Leviathan has the worst luck though. Has probably worse luck than anything else in any of my armies across any of my games. That Leviathan Dreadnought is the worst. Well, I think once this paint is dry and we get some coats, I think the bone color will be a really nice addition. You know, while that's drying, we're gonna get some dark neutral gray. You printed drop pod dice. Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. I did buy, I bought drop pods for my 1,000 Suns, and I bought the new 40K version, the double drop pods for $60. Yeah, I bought those instead of paying $40 for one drop pod. That was a no-brainer to me. And they were great. They were 4 unique pieces each. I didn't have to worry about hinges or opening and closing or painting both sides of the walls or anything. That was great. Yes, absolutely blue. My Leviathan Dreadnought has worse luck than my Saturnine Dreadnought. Yeah, hands down, without a doubt. And my Leviathan, my Saturnine Dreadnought has blown itself up every game I've taken it. My Leviathan Dreadnought literally blew itself up the last game I took it, because it failed a psychic check. Worm Boy, welcome in. How you guys doing? That was on stream, dude. It was on stream it blew itself up. I was like, alright, I got 2 wounds left. He's about to shoot me with a bunch of heavy weapons. I'm gonna put up my defenses and give myself a shroud save, like a feel no pain against shooting. Sweet, let's take this psychic check. I rolled doubles and fails like boxcars. Failed the test, took the perils, suffered 3 wounds, failed all 3 invulnerable saves and died. And then it exploded and damaged the rhino next to it. That was my Leviathan. Yeah, it was great. Ordered first models, nice. What did you order? Worms. What'd you order, dude? The Death Guard Dread final moment? Yeah. You talking about the Emperor's Children, dude, or what? Peter, what's up? What if you do the opposite? You build an army. In this edition, it's legal and no one wants to play you because your list can't win. Yeah. Just play the worst list imaginable. That'd be a fun exercise, actually. Back in the day, there was a style of tournament where your goal was to make the worst list. And how this tournament worked, you would bring an army that was the absolute worst you could come up with, like impossible to win with it. And then you'd play in a tournament. And how this tournament worked is you would show up to the table with your opponent. Your opponent would take your army. You would take your opponent's army. And then you would play each other. So you're trying to beat your own army. And whoever's army loses the most games, you win the tournament. So you're still trying to win games, it's just against your own army with someone else's army that is supposed to be the worst army that they could come up with. You picked up the Death Guard Combat box? Oh, sweet. Alright. Death Guard are cool. I just finished reading Lost in the Damned. It's the Siege of Terra book. It's the second Siege of Terra book. And it had some pretty heavy Death Guard featured in it. It was great. And they're actually like corrupted. Like this is them showing up after their corruption. Blue, I don't remember what it was for. I do remember that this was like 15, 20 years ago. So there weren't as many factions or rules in the game. DC Dread, Rylanor, Power Bomb, Virus Bomb into Fulgrim. Yeah. Oh, okay. Legion was the bad guys. Oh, okay. I gotcha. It's been a while since I have read the those first couple Heresy books. My mistake. Okay. These colors next. I'm gonna get the bolter casing, and then I think I'll do my next. I think I'm good for my second coat here. This olive flesh. Watch the animated episode about Death Guard. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, the bolter and chainsword with the sorcerer like arguing with the dudes. Yeah. Your army can't score or contest. Yeah. It's a fun thing to think about, like how it's the worst army you can make, right? There's still purple sitting underneath there. I need to stop being impatient. Worse than just because it burns people, but it's also acidic. Okay, okay, huh. Messing up this dude. Shameful display. Painting dead. You hope Henry Cavill plays a Nurgling? That's a take. My wife won't watch a show if he plays a Nurgling. So, I need to get my wife into 40k. So, play for fun, there's a play to win. Stick to a theme, but build a list to the opponents, yeah. My local group for Heresy is very much, we make a list a couple days ahead of time, and we send each other the list online, and if something doesn't feel right, if you want to bring something that's really strong, you tell your opponent ahead of time, like, hey, I'm making a list and I'm bringing, you know, a ton of aircraft, right? Not that aircraft are particularly strong, but it's skewed to a point where if your opponent doesn't bring any anti-aircraft, they're going to be completely screwed, right? But normally your opponent would bring like one or two things, and it's enough to make you think twice, enough to shoot something down, but not like not enough to just completely stop your whole strategy, right? Or if you're like, I'm going to bring a Primarch or a Fellblade, then your opponent knows, like, you know, what's there, and they can plan to, you know, fight against heavy armor or try to kill a Primarch in shooting. Because your buddy plays Solar Ox told me to. Yeah, he's playing to win. That's why he knows what's good. Crew only list is pretty, but that'd be it at least place. Yeah. This could be Alfaris, so it could be every era. Storm Guardians. It's back when that tournament. Yeah. I used to go to 40k tournaments back in like 5th edition. That was my jam. Will his sell Omegon? Probably never. White Scars mounted iron for 2.0. Oh, that's cool. Well, Peter, okay, something to think about, and I know this is a topic that's discussed a lot with White Scars in 3.0. The core book missions, bike units cannot score. In all of the journal missions, bike units can score. I don't understand why we are 6 journals in on this edition, and people are still insisting on only playing the lame core book missions. Like, the journal missions are so cool, and so much fun and make you think about how you're playing the game, and also add so much more to the game that, like, it's crazy to me that people still are just like, man, core book missions, you know. So Wormboy, for the Horus Heresy, and for all the like specialist GW games, like the Old World and Necromunda and Middle Earth and Horus Heresy and all these things, they release somewhat regularly, depending on the game, small books, and they're 47-page softcover books, and they're called journals. For Horus Heresy, they're called Journal Tactica, and they, depending on the game, it's different. But for the Heresy, they normally follow like either a faction or an event that takes place, like a battle on a planet, or like a particular theme is what they're kind of geared around. So there's some kind of like theme going on with the journal. And in those journals, normally they have some lore that goes on with that theme, and that explains, you know, like some battles and you know, what's going on and all that stuff. And then they'll have some thematic missions. A lot of times they have what's called they call it a legendary mission. I think they call it a legendary mission. It's like a set piece battle that's like a specific engagement that happened. So like the Battle of Talorn, there was a Solar Auxilia Force that ambushed an Iron Warriors column, and they have that battle set up, so you play that battle. And then they also have types of battles. There's like onslaught battles, and I don't know, data recovery battles, and all these different battles that most of the journals have. And they're very much, they add a ton of new, like, interesting rules from just playing with, like, here are 5 points on the board, grab those 5 points and win. They don't tell you what they don't tell you what units to run. No. But yeah, the Talorn, get the battle for Talorn, part 1, I think is what it's called, because it's Iron Warriors and Solar Aux. That one's cool because there's like destroyed tanks that ambush the column of Iron Warriors, which is really neat. In particular, it's the second journal. It may have been the second journal, the Forges of Saturn book. There are missions in that book called Onslaught missions. It may have been the first journal. I can't remember exactly, but they're Onslaught missions, and they are you have an attacker and a defender, and there are objective points that are marked in the center of, like, it's like 18-inch like boxes. And if it's a whole crazy thing that as the attacker claims the objectives that are close, they start closer to the attacker, they push back to the defender, like further and further. And every time the attacker moves up and touches them, they basically move back toward the defender. But as they move back into the defender's deployment zone, they become worth more points. So the attacker has to go deeper and deeper, like an overstretch, you know, his lines and everything to get these objectives, but they're worth more. And the defender isn't grabbing any objectives. The defender only scores points if the attacker is not on the objectives. So if the attacker decides on their turn they can't make it to a particular objective, or if the defender like blocks it off, the defender scores those points. So there's a ton. It's a really complex kind of game that makes you think a lot differently of how you play, and it's not just, you know, there's a point on the center of the map, I need to go sit a unit on there, and then we play around that circle on the map, right? It's very fascinating. I really enjoy the those kinds of missions. That's probably the one I've had the most fun with, was the Onslaught map. Yeah, in 40k, the objectives are set up depending on like the actual board setup. The board setup in 40k is very rigid. Start doing some highlights. I gotta do a wash actually over the metallics. start doing some highlights. So I know people don't like buying the journals, or some people have a stink about them or whatever. I don't know what the internet cares about anymore. I'm tired of like internet negativity about things. But I buy the journals as they come out. It's normally every 2 months a journal releases. It's $27 retail. I have a discount at my local store. That's great. But I treat it as like a bi-monthly magazine, basically. That's pretty much how I treat it. The 18 layers of ivory are going to start looking rugged. Yeah, we'll see. This is almost like a test scheme too, so...
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you.
Hey,
for
Thumper,
allowing me
thank
back
you for
into your
following.
home.
Yes, how I know, yeah. The core book. Attachment Let's Bike score. Yeah, so, Peter, if you grab a journal, go read one of the journal tacticas and read the mission rules. All of them allow bikes to score. So those attack defend missions, the attacker can use bikes to score those missions. So naturally, as a White Scars player, you want to play the attacker because that's cool. That's a very White Scars. You play the attacker, you can play your all-bike army and play the game with your all-bike army. Oh, just rugged to do. Yeah. Ghost Hawks. Yeah, they also have the battlefield assets. Yeah, battlefield assets are a thing in the journal too, which are, depending on the size of the game, you get so many you can get. And it's like minefields and teleport homers and like razor wire and unexploded ordnance on the battlefield that you place, and it changes like how your opponent moves and stuff. And so you guys get new rules. You replace Lion and Vanguard. Bikes, Hunters, Speeders have neither. Yeah, which, I mean, they kind of help you in the Onslaught mission. Like Lion would help you. Vanguard would be nice, but you know, it's fine. I think the Bike Command Squad has Vanguard, doesn't it? Okay, we are going to grab some black wash. We're gonna hit these metallics. I thought the command squads had Vanguard on them. But again, your opponent's not sitting on objectives in this. That's not the kind of game you play with Onslaught. With the Onslaught missions. So there's one mission, I think it's in the Skitari journal, where you're basically doing intelligence tests to like grab points, but when you grab the points, a Castellax that's like not active, like a neutral one, like activates and fights for you for the turn or something. Yeah, but again, I don't think Vanguard would be important as an attacker. Also, like, who cares? You know, like, you get to attack a position and your bikes matter. Like, just, yeah, play it. If you feel like you won, even though you didn't score enough objective points, like own up to it, you know, like. Whereas Heresy is not meant to be a serious competitive game. You know, if we had a White Scars player in my group and they wanted to play an all-bike army, I mean, we'd play a mission with either without objectives on the board and just kill each other and play more the Zone Mortalis style, or or we'd find some other way to make it work, or, you know, Just wouldn't care. We'd play a fun battle. Welcome back, Burrito. There are other missions. I think it might be in the Talorn book. It might be in there's a super heavy book about like big super heavy tanks and stuff. There are missions that basically the objective is to destroy vehicles. And you get a bunch of points for destroying vehicles. And that's pretty much the mission. So this is do Trine Wars. Build to fight one group of people, then lose when another shows up. Yeah. We're masters of planning, but we couldn't have planned for that. Pretty funny. Hey, Iron Warriors and Thousand Suns were good friends, so... Yeah. Make your own Siegebreaker, dude. Don't... Hey, you're playing Heresy? Don't fall into that, like... I have to buy the GW model. You know what you do? You go buy yourself a plastic tactical marine, get a melee weapon upgrade sprue, find some cool random bits from whatever ridiculous bits you have, and make your own Siegebreaker. That's what you do. Yeah. Perturabo and Magnus were good friends. Because they were both like, they both had the thought like everyone else is too stupid to understand them. So... Perturabo was just a little more violent about it. When it comes to bits, I have no bits. Okay. You have friends with bits. I'm sure you have friends with bits. The melee upgrade sprue is where it's at, though. Okay, we can try to start highlighting this purple. We'll do this purple first. I'm going to have to get to the other colors other times. We're going to make this, it's not going to be a bone color, it's going to be white. Which I had seen with the Magnus, yeah. Magnus was friendly with a lot of Primarchs. It's just apparently the right ones hated him. Like Russ and Mortarion. That's apparently who Daddy listened to, so that's what matters. There it is. Alright, let's see how their highlight color compares. This is Amethyst Light, Amethyst Purple Light. Skyhunter Squad doesn't have Vanguard. Okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, Peter, I don't think it matters as much with some of the different journal missions. I think that's worth looking into. I do think bikes in general aren't amazing. And third, which is unfortunate because I have a couple bikes and I really like them. It'd be fun to run a bunch of bikes and to have a big reason to collect them, but Outriders don't have a Vanguard. Okay. Well, this highlight color is really nice. Very bright, which is what we want. Metallic highlight. I will keep pictures posted of this mini as I finish them up. This mini is represented by Sarah Elizabeth, and we're gonna work through the legions that we have sponsored, and it's all but 5 of the legions at this point. Leviathan Dread, but I'll get to that soon. Yeah, Leviathan's a great mini. So it's my favorite dreadnought. But yeah, I think next time we paint one of these legions, it's going to be Iron Warriors, who is I think repped by Misfit 23. Draw hand is strength +4. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way to kill tanks. The claws kill other dreads and infantry really easy, but that claw is anti-tank, which is nice. Mine is built as a double claw. I did not magnetize my Leviathan. Magnetized pretty much everything in my army, and I didn't with the Leviathan. I think I built and fully painted that mini in under like a 24-hour period. I was just messing around and I was like, you know, I got a game on Saturday and it's Thursday. I want to paint this whole mini real quick. And so I just did. I think at the time in 2nd edition, I like the look of the claws, but I think they were just way better than the drills. The drills are pretty worthless in 2nd. If I remember correctly. Chaos Knight painted a day before I went to an LGS. Yeah. Showed off, man. Love to see it. Yeah, guys, oh yeah, well, welcome in. A lot of new people. I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out while I paint some Heresy minis. It's always nice to see some new faces. Or some new screen names, I guess. I'm not seeing your faces, but I stream Sunday nights, and then I also stream Tuesday through Thursday.
First of all,
during
let me
the
take
day.
just a moment to thank you for allowing me
Hey,
back
small
into your
robot.
home.
Hey, that's 1,000 Suns, dude. You post in Discord, small robots. Gorgeous 1,000 Suns. I love the classic Mark IV armor. I am a bit of a 1,000 Suns player, so. You painted that thing in a day? That's wild. That is one filthy. Is that blood? You didn't use real blood on that, did you? That is a filthy Chaos Knight. Nicely done, though. You call him Lehman? Yeah. A bit of rust, yeah. Oh, Lehman the Rust Knight. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, I stream Tuesday through Thursday during the day. About 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight is when I normally start. One thing I am working on aside from this Project Legion stuff is finishing up painting Scatter for a Zone Mortalis board. So, working on the Zone Mortalis board. But on my army, while I was deciding to put in it. Oh, I appreciate that, small robots, yeah. I kind of fell off the wagon with all that. It was getting to, it sounds stupid, but it was getting to be a little too much. I wasn't playing games at the time, and so I was finding it really hard to like get motivated to like make content when I wasn't playing. I do appreciate the kind words. Oh, sweet, sweet. Yeah, I'm a huge Thousand Suns fan, so one of these days we'll get back to it. I would love to do some like legit YouTube battle reports, but I'm live streaming games, so if I have done some live Thousand Suns battles for Heresy. I've been playing Poor Zendro a lot. We might get some more people in here for games sometime soon. And you guys are probably tired of seeing Thousand Suns whenever you see Heresy stuff too, as far as battles go. So it's about getting some variety going. Some matches using tabletop sim. Yeah, well, I have a. Do I still have like a matchmaker there? Yeah. If you wanna. Yeah, I have a looking for game if you want to ask people. Yeah. We shall cast it poorly. That would be hilarious. That would be incredible, Blue. Yeah, that's the game to shoutcast. And he's rolling dice, and his opponent's picking up models. I ran I did a couple 40k leagues via the Discord a few years ago. We hyped it up like, yeah, we got, this 10th edition came out, and we're like, we're gonna organize leagues, we're gonna play leagues. Yeah. It's just, the goofiest thing, yeah. And so we played on TTS. I streamed my games, with various people, and what basically how it turned out was people are people, and every round there were people getting into arguments, and then I would hear about it, and like someone would drop the league. And then the next round, 2 more people would get into arguments and someone would drop the league. And there was, some people, there was one particular problem person. I played that person on stream. I don't think that's on YouTube. I think that was before I was streaming on YouTube as well. But I played that person. I beat them. They threw a big hissy fit in chat. And when it caused a bunch of problems, and I was like, I am not running a league again. Yeah, I did play Aslan. I played you and your cultist spam, right? You just had a ton of cultists. I remember that. That was a fun game. Arguing? We're just confused. Yeah, I play a lot of games too. I understand that. Yeah, it was like 180 models or something. Yeah. Saltiness folks were trying to min-max in Index Edition. Yeah. Well, and people weren't playing with like a fun spirit also. People were like, it wasn't just the list building, it was like how they were playing. They were like I'm gonna be serious and I'm gonna win, and then it created like a real like feels bad experience for their opponents, to a point where like people were just straight up dropping, or people were playing real try hard and they would lose and they would drop because they're like, oh, no point in me staying in. There was no like stakes, literally no stakes. And yeah, I one gentleman threw a big hissy fit in Discord, and he started going on, and I called him on it. And then he DM'd me, and he's like, why you gotta be mean to me like that, man? And I was like, you kidding me? Like, this... Like, you're the one throwing a bit... Yeah, and I was like, I'm never running a league again. So, if somebody wanted to run a league in Discord and wanted to organize that, yeah, how dare you, like, man, don't call me out, man. I'd be happy to talk with someone if they wanted to run like a TTS league and stuff. You know, I would be there to help monitor and everything, and maybe participate, but I'm not running a league. Too many bad experiences. I've never played BattleTech, no. You require much or many people to cause a lot of problems for everyone. Yeah. And I've had many times where I've tried to do things with my stream or with my commission business, and you know, and people let me down, and it makes it tough to want to like branch out, especially into things that require others. Hey, Froggenstein. Welcome in, Froggenstein. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Bald Ruminant. How you doing? We're just putting some highlights on this armor here, on this little what you call Emperor's Children Marine. Zophiana, welcome in. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you, Zophiana. Second edition 40k league. Can't be serious with that. Yeah. You know, second edition is the one edition of 40k I haven't played. Or I guess the earliest edition I haven't played. I played third through 7th a lot. I didn't play much 6th. 6th was terrible. 7th was okay. Yeah, I tried 8th and didn't like it. Got out of the game. Jumped in late 9th. Yeah, 10th. I haven't played any 11th yet. Second edition 40k league. Okay, we're gonna highlight one or two more things, and I think we'll call it a night, guys, because it's getting late for me. I am so dead right now. Yeah. So what we're doing, Froggenstein, if you're a Heresy player, mad respect. We're getting big Heresy chats on tonight. I'm a huge 30k player and enjoyer, but I'm doing something called Project Legion. And I'm the painting dad. Sorry for all the raiders. I'm the painting dad. Mind you, have a good one. I just stream. I chill, paint minis. I occasionally, it's about once a week. I haven't had one in a week or two, but I live stream games. I've really been enjoying playing various tabletop games live. That's been a lot of fun. But what I have here, I'm doing something I call Project Legion. And what I'm doing with Project Legion is viewers are picking a legion, and they sponsor a legion. And all I'm asking for is like a $5 donation to cover the cost of the mini itself. And then I am painting that legion. And these are the original 18. We have 13 of them represented right now. But I'm painting each, one tactical marine for each of these legions, and I'm going to put them on display. And the sponsor of that mini will get their name on the base, and so it'll forever be, on display. And and available for people to see with your name. I'm also going to do like a part 2, where if you want to sponsor an entire squad of a legion of your choice, you absolutely can. And it's just $50 for a 10-man tac squad that pays for the box, basically, or the half box, and $80 for an assault marine squad, pays for the box for the 10 models. And then I'll paint the whole squad. Eventually I'll get into more elite, or like more, unique stuff, but if it continues. But then eventually, with a whole squad that's, your namesake and everything, I'll have the stuff. The idea is I would get some stuff where I could play some Shattered Legions, maybe a small force for a particular legion, and just continue on kind of growing this while I'm painting things people want me to paint. So I have painted Perturabo, and someone did commission me to paint Perturabo, and if you are serious that you want me to paint Perturabo, send me a message on Discord, and we can talk about pricing. I can send you some photos of the first Perturabo I painted it. Okay. But I do paint commissions. That is, what I do. So if you want minis painted for reasonable price, paint a nice quality on minis. I like to do a nice tabletop. I like to paint a lot of minis at once. Yeah, I have painted 5 30k Primarchs at this point. I think it's 5. I lost count. I'll paint all your Termagants. Yeah. Don't joke with me about that stuff. I'll do it. Oh, hey, Painting by the Hill. Well, welcome. Got Huron and Abaddon to paint soon. Nice. I'm not a big fan of the Huron model. I can't stand his face. He's got the bean mouth, like Wallace and Gromit kind of thing. You haven't painted a single Gaunt. Yeah. I painted a Tyranid army for someone. It was a lot of fun. It's like purples and blues and like very vibrant colors. It was really fun. Yeah. I like to paint armies to like a nice tabletop standard. And I pride myself in painting very quickly. For a reasonable price, and I try to get it out to people in a good time, and try to make your deadlines if you got them, if we can make it work. I do have some minis coming in. I have some guard tanks. I have a couple defilers I'm painting for someone, so that should be a lot of fun. Just double defiler paint. Refuse to show their face. Speaking of him, I'm surprised how small he is compared to Abby. Oh, really? Oh, I mean, Abaddon is him, though, right? Like, he's got to be the Horus stand-in, so he's going to be big. Okay. A nice goal. Let's do one more color. Iron Warrior Mask for the Defiler. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's my color. What's this one? Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some Zone Mortalis games in, though. I'm working on the board. We got all the walls and doors painted. They just need a varnish. But I'm working on the scatter. So like this is some of the like computer pieces. I got barricades. I have giant random machine pieces here, like stuff like that needs to be painted. Okay. Can't really be big. He's just normal turn. I know, but they definitely made him bigger. I have seen his mini in person. He's I've not painted him for anybody, but I've seen he's a big boy. He came out at the same time Gilliman came out, right? Like they're trying to make them kind of two sides of the same coin. Look at the red wig. He used to have a mini. Forge World used to be this great place where creatives just kind of worked on things they wanted to work on. and the Forge World doesn't exist anymore. So everything's very targeted toward games. Not liking Gilliman's rules in 40k. I like Gilliman. I think Gilliman's cool. My 40k Primaris army is Ultramarines, because I wanted the easy transfers and a bunch of characters, and that worked out really well. Gilliman, see, the thing you guys don't understand about Gilliman is in a real world situation, if the Primarchs were all real beings and they fought against each other, Gilliman would win a war against every single one. No contest. Because he's the only Primarch that actually cares about logistics, and that's literally the most important thing when it comes to fighting a war. Like, more than, my soldiers have, ancient weapons, or my guys are the tip of the spear, or, whatever. Like, Gilliman's the dude that actually thinks about winning the war. And he absolutely would. Alfarius would win. Alfarius would lose and still said he'd win. That's what Alfarius would do. But yeah, my wars have gear. It's like, no, they don't have gear because you didn't plan for it. Yeah, my warriors had food and they actually brought ammunition with their weapons. Oh, what's going on? Heresy because of that. Let's care a lot about logistics, but in order to make him not redundant next to Gilliman, make him a slave to his emotions, who's easily taught. Yeah. Alright, have a good one. Have a good one, Blue. Mentality or 30k? Both, Sophiana. I think both. I think Gilliman just wins, either. 81 pre-heresy, post-heresy, 40k. Gilliman's the dude that would win. Okay, we are going to do one more highlight, guys, and I'm going to call it for the evening. This mini's not quite done, but we'll finish them up. One more question I do have for you guys. The Emperor's Children home planet, what was it, and what kind of climate did it have? I need to know for basing this mini. Because I plan on basing this mini with its home planet climate. Pretty idyllic. Chemos. Chemos was the home planet. $40k party seems to be all about grand strategy and logistics. Yeah. Perturabo seems pretty smart going into 40k here. He might have the mindset for it. I would say a counterpoint to Perturabo being able to win anything is that he is not dealing with with loyal disciplined troops. I feel like when you compare something like the Imperial Guard and Loyalist Space Marines to Chaos Warbands, you get completely different results in quality of soldiers, and that might be the difference. Also, like offensive versus defensive war, Rob was also very much driven by revenge and like personal things. Okay, World of Chemos and the Ultima Segmentum's Aquitaine sector, originally set by human colonists. Ultra became possible, numerous warp storms. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything about the climate of the world. Groupie. Kids very much in chat, yeah. Oh, here we go. Industrious mining colony, depending on interstellar trading for food. Effort to extract raw food, harsh environment. Okay, so it's a dying planet. That's cool. All right, we'll make it like arid Earth. That sounds good. I got an idea for the basing. Very cool. Well, we will continue to work on this guy as we go. And we got a couple more highlights to do. We got some silvers. I got these shoulders to highlight. We'll kind of see where we go. But this is the 3rd Legion, mini number 2 here. This is that nice Vallejo True Metallic Metals. It's good stuff. Yeah, this particular project, Burrito, I am doing basing reflective of the home planet of the Legion, or the Primarch rather, or whoever, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do with these, because it's a fun theme, and Jaded Valkyrie had that idea last week and I thought it was great. Yeah, maybe Zophiana, maybe Mud would look nice for a woman. Yeah, Mud's always good choice. I have nice desert basing. If you look up my Thousand Suns in the Discord, you can find some examples. Charmed Fantasy, welcome in. Welcome. The timing on this isn't great. How you guys doing? I do have to say I am getting ready to raid out. So thank you so much for the raid, Charmed Fantasy, but you guys are going to piggyback here. Night Lords have not been sponsored yet. No, they are one of the 5 remaining legions that have not been sponsored. So if you want to sponsor a legion, I just ask for a $5 donation. It covers the cost of the physical mini, and then I'll get your name represented. So your name will go on the base. The mini goes up display forever, and that's what happens. So North Korea with a bit of Detroit, yeah. Do the special Night Lord Leviathan Dreadnought. That'd be a fun mini to paint. Yeah. Thought looking real life. Most battlefields turn to mud and holes. Yeah. Well, we're gonna find someone to raid. Thank you so much, Charmed Fantasy, guys. Go follow Charmed Fantasy. I know someone who's good to raid. We're gonna raid the Lion Creative. Lion Creative is a fantastic artist, a great streamer. So yeah, we're gonna go say hi to them. There we go. We got this raid started. Yeah, we got this raid. So guys, go say hi. All I ask is that you know give a follow. It's free. Maybe say hi. Let them know you're watching. You're stopping by, and that's it. But I will be on Tuesday morning, 11 a.m. I think we're gonna paint some Zone Mortalis terrain. Then we'll jump into something else fun, as we do. Always painting something. So. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for all the raids. Thank you for the follows and the subs and the donations and all that. I appreciate it, guys. You guys have a wonderful evening and a great Monday. I will see you all Tuesday. Bye, everybody.